we would be starting on a wrong foot with this extravagant spending at the point of inauguration.
At least 45 governors have been sworn in today, with the taxpayers footing the bills of the ceremonies countrywide.
And diligently serve the people.
In what will be their first task in office, many failed by budgeting exorbitantly for the 4-hour ceremony, given that it has a budgetary allocation under the Assumption of Office Act. At least 5 counties were among those whose budget was rejected and sent back for revision by Office of the Controller of Budget. Homa Bay leading the list with a requisition of over 21 million, followed closely by Mandera with a requisition of over 20 million. The highest budget approved was Machakos County at 19.1 million, with the list being Kirinyaga County, which only spent 250,000 Kenyan shillings.
Each county was supposed to form certain committees to look after certain activities. Say you have a security committee, so you have one that will be looking after the events of the day, maybe a catering committee. So what we were looking at is the logical flow of those items and the costing to ensure that they make sense.
Among the things prioritized in the budgeting, according to the Controller of Budget, Margaret Nyakango, is the hiring of vehicles for ferrying people, per diems for planning conference head before and after the event, and meals for the invited guests.
In one county, there were breakfasts for 3,000 people, and then there were lunches again for another 3,000 people, and I was like, surely you're not going to get a whole town of people to feed them just because you have this inauguration ceremony.
Besides the uncalled for expenditure in some of the counties, suppliers of services and equipments were mostly individuals.
That, from an audit point of view, is always suspect. If you see individual names listed as suppliers, not only is it denying the country taxes, it is also very likely to be fraudulent, and following up becomes a big problem.
While some spent millions, there are at least 23 counties that did not submit any budgets for approval. While they sound like they deserve a round of applause, the Controller of Budget warns that this is the most dangerous lot, as they are evading accountability.
So if they have not brought any requisitions here, most likely they are using the revenues, and then they'll try to rationalize that after the event. So in terms of financial malpractice, these ones without requisitions are even worse than those who came forward.
While the incoming governor sworn in today had a say as to what made it to the budget, the Controller of Budget hints that there are staff from the previous regime at the county level who are reaping off the funds on their way out during the transition.
Their mindset is probably to get a few allowances before they leave. So you can see the hefty expenditures from that particular background, that some people are trying to get a last one just before they leave. Because I can assure you, many of the people who are working in the counties will not be there after the new governors take office. So there is that panic, kind of panic spending.
As the governors assume office to begin their new term, the Controller of Budget is keen to remind them that for every coin they spend, they will be accountable for it in the long run. For K24 from Nairobi, I'm David Kagina.